Hi, Charles Cherney here with The Real Deal, my answers to essential real estate questions. So today's question is, what if, as a buyer, I change my mind about proceeding forward in the transaction after my offer is accepted? So this is a great question. And if after offer acceptance, you're thinking you're not prepared to proceed, the first thing to do is just check in with yourself. Buying a home is a significant financial commitment and decision, and it's perfectly normal and natural after your offer is accepted to have a moment of panic or concern, or to second guess yourself about the decision to move forward, since it's such a big decision. You're going to be buying a house, and it may be the biggest financial decision of your life. And so it's natural and normal to second guess yourself about the decision and to perhaps talk yourself out of it. So it may be that the first thing you need to do, if you're inclined not to proceed, is to sit down and to go through your decision, to consider the house you've decided to purchase and that you have an accepted offer on, and to just check in with yourself about this decision to confirm where you're at and how you feel. So a lot of people, in fact, the majority, have a moment of feeling overwhelmed or unsure about going forward after offer acceptance. So it's normal, it's typical, it's common. And if you're in that boat of people feeling uncertain about proceeding forward, the very first thing you're going to need to do is sort of sort out why you made an offer, what the home offers, and consider the various elements that informed your decision making on the desire to own the home and the price you're prepared to pay for it. So that process of due diligence very often leads you to decide to stay the course. So if in fact you do decide to stay the course, there's no action needed on your part but to proceed in the transaction and to carry forward with addressing the contingencies that are still in place and to move on to closing. However, if in fact you have truly changed your mind and you're not prepared to proceed, then you'll want to speak to your buyer's agent about how you can gracefully exit the transaction. Hopefully you have some contingencies in your offer that allow you to exit via one of the contingencies and see to the return of your offer deposit. It may be that you decide to consult with your real estate attorney as well for additional guidance on exiting the transaction. Look, to go back to what I said at the beginning about reviewing the decision that you've made to make the offer and the offer that you have that's been accepted, you can avoid this entire situation if, before making any offer on any property, you've been very thoughtful about your search, your price range, your specific requirements, and what you're looking for and what you're willing to spend. I have found over the last 20 plus years as a top agent in Cambridge and Somerville that when I've been exposed to situations where someone's not proceeding in the transaction after offer acceptance, it has to do with a situation where a buyer hasn't really thought through carefully before bidding whether or not this is the house for them at the price they're prepared to pay. So understood that there are situations that emerge in multiple offer scenarios where perhaps you're in a bidding situation and you're paying a premium over asking that you may not be granted the time or have the ability to think through carefully if you're prepared to go forward at a certain price. But look, generally speaking, in most circumstances, a buyer can sit down and be thoughtful about their search, their requirements, their price range, what they're willing to spend up front before bidding on any home. And if you take the time to do that and are very thoughtful in thinking through various scenarios that may emerge in your search, it's much less likely you're going to be in a situation after offer acceptance where you don't wish to proceed because you have a desire to back out just from, second guessing your decision. Look, we all know that there can be contingencies in offers that give you real reasons for exiting a transaction. So for example, you may have a home inspection contingency and make discoveries on the home inspection that put you off purchasing the home. And you may have a condo doc and budget review contingency and discover they don't allow dogs over 50 pounds and yours is 75 pounds. And for this reason, you're not going to proceed in the transaction. So things come up in a real estate transaction that your contingencies can address. But what I'm talking about here is a situation where you just change your mind, where you're not sure about the decision to buy because you've second guessed your decision. Maybe it's the house, maybe it's the price. You could be buying with someone else and you could be cross purposes on the decision to go forward. Again, there are all sorts of reasons that lead people to think through buying their home after offer acceptance. So if you're in that boat and you're trying to figure out what to do, you need to first check in with yourself and discover if, in fact, you do wish to exit, or if you're just having a case of the jitters, which is normal. This is, after all, a huge financial decision for most everyone making an offer and proceeding to closing. So, just make sure you understand how you feel. And then if you are going to be exiting the transaction, aim to connect with your buyer's real estate agent and your buyer's real estate attorney to discover the most graceful way to proceed out of the transaction. Look, most real estate markets are local where the agents all know one another. The last thing you want to do is get into a situation where you've backed out of multiple offers you've made on multiple properties, which puts a stain on your name and relationship to the market you're in because of your track record. So try to be thoughtful so that you don't end up doing this over and over again. And the way to avoid that reality is to just give some thought to your search so you can make informed decisions that you own and feel good about. Look, it can happen. It does happen, even to the best people who've been thoughtful about their search, that there is a desire to exit after acceptance. And if it does come to that, it's going to be okay. You'll figure a way out, and you'll be whole. But you want to try to avoid that reality if you can, by making decisions that you feel are most likely informed by a deeper understanding of your search price range and commitment to going forward. My name is Charles Cherney. I'm a top residential real estate agent here to help you buy the right home or sell for the best price in Cambridge or neighboring Somerville. Be in touch at any time by text, telephone, or email. And know that I can also simply answer your questions about the market, your home, and the community at any time. Be in touch. Take care.